Today, I am going to be giving you free templates for lower thirds. Okay, and you can get those lower third templates, customize them over and over and over and over and over again, upload them to Restream, and use them for all of your live streams. Milton is saying, ¿Por qué no explican en español también? Just saying, why you don't do this in Spanish too? No, but if you would like to translate for me in Spanish, I would be happy to bring you onto the show. So guys, go to owenvideo.com/free graphics. Okay. And Carlos will put that into the chat area. And when you go to owenvideo.com/free graphics, then you will be able to access these free graphics. And then you can edit them in any software that you know and love. Okay. And I'm going to show you how to do that right now. And what I want to do is show you how this works. Okay. So let's go ahead and go to my screen share here. Carlos, let me know when we're already screen sharing here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys the sort of the walkthrough on how to make this happen. But first, let's start in Restream. Okay. So if you're not familiar with the Restream software, this is what it looks like. This is called the Restream Broadcast Studio. And you can see here, like in the middle of the screen, that you've got like your main area down here, and you've got some really great features down here to change scenes. You can add guests and add video and do all sorts of great stuff. But I want to bring you over to the right-hand side, okay, to where it says overlay. And an overlay is a graphic that goes on top of your main viewing area. Okay, do we have an overlay on right now? We do. The free graphics overlay is on right now. Carlos, go ahead and flash that on and off so that they can see, right? So we can flash this on and we can flash this off. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you, how to create today. So over here in the overlay section, you can add full screen graphics, lower third graphics, and all sorts of different stuff. What I want you to do is press on this plus sign here. Okay, and when you add on this plus sign here, you'll get a pop-up where you can add all sorts of lower thirds to your presentation. Now, you can also add, any number of things. You can add some full screen graphics, and you can add some different things. Today, I'm going to focus on these graphics right here, okay? The ones that you see in front of you right now. And when you go ahead and select them and add them, okay, look at what happens. Now, you've got a custom lower third that fits directly on the screen. And what we've done is we've given you a couple of different color options that you can play with, okay? And look at over on the right-hand side again where it says overlay. Look at that hide button. You see that? See where it says hide? See, you can show and hide this at any given time. And that enables it to kind of, flash on and flash off. See, when you click it, it says show, right? So hide and show, hide and show. And there you go. Right there. Okay. So that is how you load the overlays into the Restream Broadcast Studio. Okay. But now I want to show you how to customize these lower thirds. Okay. So that you can make them your own and add your own brand graphics to them. Now, if you want to get these, okay, you need to go to owenvideo.com/free graphics. Now, I know what you're saying. You're saying, oh, and what if I don't have Restream? Well, go get a free copy of Restream. When we send you these, we're going to give you a link to go get Restream anyway. Okay. But if you don't have Restream yet, go to owenvideo.com/Restream, then go to owenvideo.com/free graphics. And by the end of the day, you're going to have this amazing looking live stream show. Okay. Now, I do want you to know that these are available. We are going to give these to you in a Photoshop format. And this is what it's going to look like. It's going to be this gray thing, because here's my assumption. My assumption is that you know how Photoshop works. If you already have Photoshop and you're paying for it, because you got to pay for it now, or maybe like me, you bought an old computer that had it like installed in it so you can never update it. How many of you guys are using an old, like you bought a computer from OfferUp, and they already had Photoshop on the computer, because that's what we have on my other computer. Like, we bought a used Mac and it's already there. But I digress. Here's my point. If you know how to use Photoshop, you can use Photoshop. Okay, so that option is available to you. But I did make these in Canva as well. So how many of you guys know Canva? Environmental Coffee House is saying Canva. I love to hear it. Tanya Robichaux. Am I saying that? Robichaux? Am I saying it right? I love to pronounce interesting last names correctly. Lily Tree is saying old Photoshop is gold. I love to hear it. Let's see. Canva is the best. It looks like we are getting a lot of great comments here. And Environmental Coffee House. Carlos, can we put that? If you guys have questions, by the way, let me know and I will answer them. Let's kind of come back to me, Carlos, full screen. Environmental Coffee House is saying, can these be used with other softwares? Yes, these can be used with any other live stream software. Okay. Now, but why would you want to? Right? Stream like you mean it. Restream. It's where it's at. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to go into Canva and I'm going to share my computer screen. All right. So I gotta change now from the PowerPoint over to Canva, and I'm going there now. Hopefully I'm sharing the right screen, and I think that we're there. Okay, so when you opt in, what I'm going to do is give you a link directly to this Canva file, which is a template, okay? So what you'll do is you'll be able to edit these from within the template, and that's what I want to show you how to do right now. Okay, so first of all, your download instructions are on this page here. And actually, maybe I can just like increase that. Does that give us, no, I'm going to go to, I want you guys to be able to see. Let's go to 100. Oop, that's too big. So I've just shown you that I don't know how to use Canva extremely well. I'm all bumbling around here. Let me just see what that looks like. Okay, great. So let's kind of go through Canva. And I'm going to see what you, okay, Carlos, can we change the background graphic? Like it's cutting off the words at the top and it irks me. Larry Cozen is saying, what's the file format? I'm giving you guys a Canva file and I'm giving you guys a Photoshop file. So in Canva, they're just Canva files. And you're going to want to save it as a PNG in the size that it's in with a transparent background. And there's a couple different pages here. So follow the download instructions or it won't happen right, okay? But here's how it works. What you're going to do is you can copy and paste the text here. So this is just one big graphic, but I actually put the text in here for you so that you can kind of come in here, right click and go copy. Okay. And then what you're going to do is you're going to paste that on any of the lower third graphics down here. So you see all these are your lower third graphics. So you'll come down here and you'll paste it, right? You'll see it's right there and I need to change it to a white color and boom, you see it's right there. Okay, so I'm actually just going to leave that there because over time, these will be already pre-filled out for you. So if you know how to use Canva, you don't have to worry about this, right? Because you can just come over here to the left-hand side of the screen where it says text and you can actually click here and that will add, more. And I'm just going to delete this. Oops, look at that. That will add more a customized. There we go. That'll add some more text to it. Okay, so all you're going to do is copy the text and paste it on top of the lower third that you want to use. Okay, now to fill in the circle, you guys see this circle here? To fill in the circle, what you need to do is upload your headshot to Canva. And to do that, you come over here to the left-hand side and click uploads. And I'm really glad, I'm not uploading any appropriate pictures of myself. Can you imagine if I was like a swimsuit model and I'm like showing you guys a Canva tutorial and I'm like, oops, that's a shot of me on Acapulco Beach with Steve Martin. Look, you're going to upload a circle image of your headshot just like this here. It can be any size circle, big one, small one, it doesn't matter, okay? Because you're going to be able to fix it and adjust it with step 2 where you drag and drop it into the circle area. And I'll show you what that looks like. So here's an example, right? We're going to give you the lower third. And then what you could do is you could put the title of your live stream show here. Okay. And then you could put, like your name and job title, like Jim Smith, live stream expert, right? And put it all right there. And then you're going to put your Facebook profile pic, right? That's perfectly fine. Or your logo or anything else that you feel is appropriate. Okay. Now, once you're done making the lower third, you're going to download it to your computer, and you have to do that in a very specific way, okay? First of all, you're going to want to come up here and click the download button, okay? And then what's going to happen, I'll show you what it'll like. Let's walk through it. It's going to ask you what file type. You want a PNG. Now, Carlos, are you able to put me on the screen in any way? Because this is important. I want you guys to hear me on this. A PNG has a transparent background. Okay. So a PNG, oh, I see why. Because it's like there we go. A PNG has a transparent background. And so if you don't put PNG, what's going to happen is you're going to get a full screen lower third. It's going to be like all white that covers the whole screen, and your lower third will be on top of that. So you need to put transparent background. And then Carlos, if we could put like the name, like that's fine. I like me and Carlos is running the show today. Everybody give it up for Carlos, please, for putting up with me while we're live streaming. And I'm like trying to tell him what to do. Carlos, you're doing a great job. I'm going to stop telling you what to do because you're a pro. All right. So let's go back to Canva. Transparent background. Okay. And then you need to come over here and pick the pages that you want to export. So if you want just the yellow lower third to export, then you click that. But if you're going to like make a bunch of these, that's what I'm going to train you how to do, by the way, then you click all the ones that you want exported. You click done, and then they will download to your computer. Once they are downloaded to your computer, you can upload them to Restream with this process I showed you in the beginning. You just click that plus sign. Okay. Everyone, we're going nuts with love here in the comment section for Carlos. Scott Ayers is saying Utah Owen looks so different than California Owen. I did. I moved to Utah, and I switched to a plant-based lifestyle. Yeah, I lost like 15 pounds. I feel great. So thank you, Scott, for being here and noticing my rosy glow. Okay, let's keep going. Excuse me. Let's keep going. So that's how you download the graphics. Now it's your turn. So let's make your custom live stream graphics. Now, excuse me, what we have here, geez Louise, I've got this like frog in my throat that's just not working itself out. We have a series of these lower third graphics. Okay, so let me kind of show you how this works, all right? So I already showed you the copy and paste, but if you know Canva well, you can just come over here to your uploads, and you click on your image, right? And it brings my image down here, okay? And I can just put it right in there. But imagine, okay, you're like, but oh, and mine is way bigger, you know? Okay, great. So yours is way bigger. It's this big. Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to shrink it down. Oh, no, it's too small. That's fine. Okay, just get it in there, and you're going to just kind of eyeball it, right? And you're going to kind of you can make it cover the yellow. I try to look like around the white area, right? I try to look like just to see if I could space that out as evenly as possible. My goal here is not perfection, though. My goal here is to go live with great graphics that cause people to buy from me. That's it. You know, that's it. Or download my guides. And that's what I think most of your goals are. Some of you guys have view time and watch time, and that's important too. So look, I've got my image. See how easy that was? All I had to do was upload a circle image. And now I'm going to click text. And over here on text, okay, I've got all of these options over here, but I'm actually going to ignore those because I want you to just kind of keep it simple for now. And all I have to do, I'm going to go add, let's go add this size. Okay, it gives you like 3 different sizes here. And you can do some cool stuff. So I'm going to click on this, and you see it shows up right here. But look, oh my gosh, it's in black. That's kind of what we want here. Now, you could go ahead and do something like, you know, but really, I mean, really? You know, I'm not sure that's exactly where you want to go. Okay. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to stretch out the bar here. And I'm going to take the square to, you know, I want to leave a little bit of a triangle here on the end here. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is change the alignment to this side here. Now it's not perfectly spaced. Notice how it's kind of like maybe top heavy. I'm just going to press the down arrow a little bit just to get it where I want it. Right. And let's type in something. Let's type in something like Restream is the best. Boo, right? Well, it's like they're the best boo. No, they're the best boo. Restream is the best. Let's just do that. Okay, so we've got Restream is the best, right? And now what we're going to do is we're going to add another heading. Let's do that again, okay? And we're going to follow the same process. Is click on the alignment. Do we need to make it black? Is it already black? Okay, it's already there. Now, it's in a good enough spot, but what we're going to do is sort of augment this a little bit. So then you're going to like, you know, add your amazing text here, my friend. Let's see if it might be too big. And we got to pull this out to not all the way to the end. Okay. You got to give yourself some space. And I love it when Canva puts out these little purple lines because it kind of tells you how you should, what they think is the best. So now I'm just going to increase until it fills up. Too big. Boom. Now I'm going to do the same thing again. Oops. Where I just kind of use the arrows here. And again, if you know how to use Canva, like this is just going to be a cakewalk for you. Okay, last thing now. So I'm centering this up. Last thing. Now I'm just going to make sure that I get a purple. You see that purple spotted line? That purple dotted line? I want the dotted line to align the two texts. That's very, very key for me. Because you don't want this. You don't want this either. You want it to kind of like start and stop together. So boom, there we go. So I've got Restream is the best. Add your amazing text here, my friend. And what I'm going to do now is I'm ready to export this with a great looking graphic. So here, let me show you that. I'm going to go download, PNG, transparent background, select pages. And I can see it here, right? So I'm going to go page 7 and I'm going to go done. And download. Okay. And now it is downloading to my computer. Okay. Where I can now take it and add it directly to the Restream broadcast studio. Okay, Carlos, let's come back to me. Okay. Yeah. Anya is saying nice picture with a tie. You know, I used to wear ties and stuff. Like my whole thing was like, you know, working stiff video guy, you know what I mean? And I actually really like ties and like suspenders and stuff. I don't know. It's like, it's a different me. I've changed. I've grown as a person. Okay. We've got some good questions, guys. If you have questions for me, and I see Harley is here. Great to have you here, Harley. If you guys have questions for me, please ask them in the comment section below because I am going to get to all your questions in just a minute here. So now that you've exported your first lower third, okay, now what I want to go through is I want to go through sort of a process of what lower thirds should you make for your show, okay? We've got someone in the Facebook group saying, hey, Owen, great to see you. You know, it's unfortunate Facebook hides your name from us. So if you want to join us over on YouTube, we can see your name, or go to my Facebook profile where we are restreaming thanks to the software we're using. And we can talk there, but I love that you're here. Thanks for being here. So here's the thing. Every live stream show that you have should have sort of the same lower thirds in the beginning. And for any of you guys who have done any sort of training with me, any kind of workshop, you know that I believe in an ROS, a run of show. And the reason that so many people log off of your live streams is because, I mean, it's because they get bored. It's not because you're boring. It's because they got bored. And part of that is having like a workflow. Like first I say this, and then I say this, and then I say this, and then I say this. Keeps the show moving. Okay. So what I want to do, Carlos, let's run through that for our show, right? So you guys are used to it, right? We open the show with, you know, like, hey, everybody, today we're going to do XYZ. Stay tuned. It's Owen Video. And then, bah, and we play a quick video. After that, we do a standard intro and we play standard lower thirds. That's what I want to see you guys do. So, Carlos, are you ready? Let's go ahead and run through that, right? So, yeah, ready? So we'll come back to me and I'll say, welcome to the show. It's Stream Like You Mean It with me, Owen Video, helping you, the video creator and entrepreneur, create more effective, more engaging live stream shows. We're live every Monday at noon PST. That's, 3 p.m. if you're on the East Coast. And you can give me 5. That's right. Type 5 into the comment section below. That's how we say hello. And I'd love to know that you're here. We're multi-streaming today on tons of different platforms, thanks to our sponsors at Restream. And we are so glad that you're out there today. We want to welcome our live audience on Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, and more. And our question for you of the day is blah, 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 blah. Okay, so then it goes into our question of the day, and then I promote Restream. And notice I had lower thirds to associate with all of that. Okay. And that's the same for every show. Now, I do believe that you should have some lower thirds that are designed for each specific show. And that's what I want to show you how to do right now. Okay, so I want you to think about, if you're taking notes right now, take notes and go ahead and write down, you know, like, what are your introductory lower thirds, right? Maybe like, welcome to the show, your schedule. I think that's big. Let freaking people know when you're going live, guys. So welcome to the show, maybe your live stream schedule. Do you have a calling card? Like for me, it's like, give me 5, flop, right? So I put like, give me 5 in the comment section. Do you have something like that? Like if you don't, maybe you could start one. Maybe you could make one. What else do we have? We have a sponsor for the show. So we get, oh, good, 30-day reviews. Smash that like. I love it. Smash that like button. How about comment below? We even have one that we like called like if you agree. And then we sort of have like a statement or a quote. I'll show you guys that in a second. So I want you to think about like, what lower thirds can you use in the beginning of your show and have those pre-made. Now, I also think that you could have sort of these staple sort of recurring lower thirds that come through your show, like smash that like button. I love that one. And you put it up every so often, right? Or you could have environmental coffee houses saying, this is really fantastic stuff. Thank you. Like we felt really good about this show and we wanted to give you guys tools. And so I appreciate that feedback, you know, but you know, things that you could keep using, like smash that like button, like if you agree, leave me a comment below, and so on and so forth, right? Like there's these, maybe just your name. Look at this. Wow, what a good point, right? There's these lower thirds that you could use over and over and over again during your show. Okay, let's go back to Canva now, where I can show you how, and Carlos, we can keep it here. I love this with the comments up. Let's just leave it here for a second. Let me show you how to do that. Okay, so you've got one lower third here. Okay, but how do you kind of keep going with this? Well, it's really easy. Up here on Canva, you're going to press duplicate page. And then you could just leave the title here. And then you could change this to, you know, let's say you're going to do a tutorial. For step 1 is, you know, let's just say, go get Restream today. Okay, is step 1. And we'll change this to, well, let's put stream like you mean it. Right? So it's like the title of my show. And now what I'm doing is I'm making lower thirds custom for, you know, my next episode. Okay. So I'm not going to use step 1, go get Restream today. I'm going to use that for a very specific episode. And then I'm going to go duplicate page. Okay. And all I have to do now is go, okay, now what's step 2? Step 2. Right. And we'll go log in. By the way, do you spell login as one word or two? I feel like there's times for both, right? A time for love and a time for peace, a time for log in and a time for login. And I'd love to know what you think. Log into your broadcast studio. Now, here's the thing, guys. Look at how I'm using kind of a title where like the big words are capitalized and the small words are not. Like that's kind of like, I don't know, like early 2000s English class. You know what I mean? That's where I learned this. But I want you to make a decision of, are you going to capitalize everything or nothing, or going to follow a structure? Because the grammar can really throw people off. But look what happens if you go log into your broadcast studio and then, oh my gosh, now I'm on a second line and it doesn't fit. Okay. Let's just do this and then navigate to the, and I'll go overlays. But what if it spills over here? What do you do? Okay. First of all, less is more. So what I would do is I would try to make it, I would try to make it one line. And I really want you to try to make all of this the same size. So if you go log into your broadcast studio now, and then you highlight this and you shrink it so it fits, I don't love this, okay? Because now you have two different font sizes. You have this big font and this smaller font, and maybe no one will notice. Maybe everyone notices, and they leave all the comments are like, blah, 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 blah. So, you know, I'm just going to undo that. I want you to like shorten your lower thirds so that it fits on one line. Okay. If for whatever reason, having it on two lines makes more sense, then that makes more sense. Okay. So then what you're going to do, see how it changes everything? And now I'm kind of like navigating this again. Okay. I think that this is okay. And navigate to the overlay, but now you got to fill it up again. Navigate to the overlay section, log into your broadcast studio, and then navigate to the overlay section area. I don't know. I mean, that can work. You can do a two-line, you can do a two-line sort of lower third, but doesn't that look like a lot of text to you? So it just seems like a lot of text to me. So I'm going to just kind of go backwards and I'm going to keep it to one line because that's my style and that's the style I want you guys to sort of follow. Okay, so now we got the same. All right, and then we go again. We just do it again. We go duplicate. And then we go step 3, right? And we go add your custom lower third. Okay, and then there we go. Like now you've got like these 3 lower thirds that you can use in the upcoming episode. And here's what you're going to do now. Ready? You're going to go download, transparent background, select pages. You're going to scroll through until you find the 3 yellow. Look, 1, 2. Well, it's actually the top one doesn't count. 1, 2, 3. So you're going to just go 1, 2, 3. Click done. Click download. And then they will be downloaded to your computer where you can upload them to Restream. Not only, but every week you can come back to these and change them for the next episode. Similarly, we've got a lot of different options for you. So we got a black and we got a black and yellow. We got a pink and we got a pink and black. And I've already added some of the text here. I didn't have a chance to add the text to everything, but I did want to get you guys started so it's easy to kind of get this going. We got black and pink. We've got orange and we've got black and orange. Okay, we've got green and we've got black and green. And again, I'll get rid of this, right? So you can kind of like add your own images there. We've got green, we've got blue, and then we've got blue with text. So I did put some text here, okay? And I added my image there. And I'll just leave that there as an example of what, what this could look like. But then down here, I started to make some examples of, like some standard lower third. So you guys are actually going to watch me build out this lower third right now. So we've got like if you agree, we've got smash. Let's do this. Let's go title of live stream show. Okay, and I'm going to move this way a little bit. And then we're going to go, I loved that, smash that like button. Right. And now we're actually building in some, and this isn't perfect yet. So these are what I would call templates, and you can use these over and over and over again. So you guys are going to get all of these. When you click on the link, by the way, you will get all of these. And so let me just show you that one more time. Remember, it's owenvideo.com/free graphics. It's owenvideo.com/free graphics. And you're going to get all of this stuff. And you're going to get them in Photoshop file and Canva file. Okay. So do we do this twice? Now, I don't know, guys, how do I get emojis on a PC? I just switched to PC for streaming. And I don't know how to, you could put emojis in here. Let's go title of live stream show. And then let's put like, how about this? Would you, and again, you can use this anytime. So would you agree or disagree? And you could just have this kind of floating up whenever it makes sense to you, and like, watch this. I'm going to just highlight this and I'm going to come over here to the font color. I'm going to go black. Look at that. Would you agree or disagree? And I don't know that like makes it a like outstanding, kind of thing, but it certainly is different, right? And it just kind of keeps some things going. So let's kind of land this plane here. So we've got some of these standards that we can use over and over again, like this video if you agree, live streaming generates. So title of live stream, smash that like button. Title of live stream, subscribe, would you agree or disagree? How about this? Title of live stream show, subscribe to my channel today, right? And then boom. And maybe that just plays, in the very beginning. So these are some template, template lower. It's Windows key and dot. So let's see, Windows key and dot. Ah, found it. Okay, so I love that Rudy sort of gave us that. Let's see if we can find it now. I'm going to go Windows and dot. Okay. Ah, look at that. And of course, he's in a blue shirt, of course, So it's like, it doesn't match the way I would want it to. But look at that. I mean, you could like make that kind of fun. Right? Would you agree or disagree? I love that. That looks great. Okay. You could even add your own graphics, right? If you're using Canva. Canva's free. So let's actually come over here into Photos. And I'm going to search Canva for subscribe. They give me this subscribe button here. Now, I'm going to do something you guys can't do. I have a background remover here. This is because I have a paid version of Canva. It's like $10 a month. But I'm just going to remove the white bubble around it. Oh, you know what? Well, you could also crop it, and that could work for you as well. But and cropping is free. But watch this. So I'm just kind of editing this together. This is kind of cool. I didn't think I was going to do this today. Boom. Subscribe now to my channel. And then you could play with that. You might be thinking, oh, Owen's a graphic design nerd. I'm not a Photoshop guy by any means, or like a color design kind of guy. In fact, I use a service that designs all my stuff for me. They didn't design these though. We designed these ourselves. You might be going like, oh, I could tell. But look, here's the big thing. So here we go. My point is you can use buttons and you can use other things to make these, really stand out and make them something, really fun. So that Rudy, thanks. I love the emojis there. That's amazing. So 30-day reviews is saying I may be dumb, but I can't find it on Canva. Yeah, you have to email it. You have to opt into the thing. So in order to do that, guys, go to owenvideo.com/free graphics. And then Carlos, we can go ahead and put me back up. We could put me back up on the screen here. There we go. So we got a lot of great questions coming in, and I want to make sure that we get to as many of them as we can. Guys, go get the free graphics. Now, this opt-in it's not like a triggered opt-in as of right now. So you're going to go put your name and your email into the system, and then we're going to email you those this afternoon. And we're going to get it. Okay, you opted in. We just haven't sent it out yet. That's all. We're going to send you a link to a Dropbox file that has Photoshop files in it. If you don't have Photoshop, you don't need those. Okay? If you don't know Photoshop, then you don't need those. Otherwise, just use Canva. Okay? So we're going to send you the graphics to upload to Canva. So you've got them, but we're also sending you a direct link to Canva where you can access the template that I just showed you. Okay. So we're giving you these in all different ways so that no matter what your situation is, you're very welcome. You can be using these. Now, here's the big news. Okay. We are going to be making, you see this up here, Stream Like You Mean It. We're going to be making stuff like this for you. We're going to be making, you see the comments here. We're going to be making, some pretty cool things for you. So more graphics are coming. And when you opt in, I want you to know that you're getting more than just, these lower thirds. Okay. So let's go ahead and field some questions here today. Cause I think that we're covering so much great ground. Carlos, if you want to just put them up underneath me, we could start there. And I see some on the screen. We've got overlay. Okay. Are there templates for text without the circle for the photo? Yes, there are. So if you've already opted in, you'll get those files and you can use them. Absolutely. Yeah, we wanted to give you guys as much customizable space as possible. Okay. What do we got here? Oliver Joseph Jacob has a question about, can this overlay be animated? So great question. You can animate that. Okay. And you can use it in Ecamm or another like vMix. But not everybody has those expensive, clunky tools, right? For those of you using Restream, the lower thirds are graphics, right? And they fade in and they fade out of the screen. That's what we've provided to you. Now, if you want to take these graphics and add them to another program that has animation capability, like it will animate it, then yes, absolutely. This is what we use. Guys, we're giving you exactly what we use. We use Photoshop files for all of our live streams, you know? And I was thinking as I was making these, I was like, yeah, but not everybody has Photoshop. Canva, right? So you guys are awesome. Is that Kathy Fit? I love that. I love to see, I mean, even if it's not Kathy Fit, whoever it is said, you're awesome. Thank you. We work hard on this show and we want to have the best live streaming show out there. So it's nice to get that feedback. Adam's exploit is saying, what's that called? A header up here? This is called a background overlay. And Carlos and we came in on a Sunday, or was it a Saturday? I think we, GIMP can run Photoshop. Exactly. Carlos and I came in on the weekend and we worked on this graphic up here and we had to like figure it out and we had to get it dialed in. And then notice that, notice the area below is blank. We did that on purpose. Why? Show them why, Carlos. So that when we add lower thirds, now, Carlos, put like someone else's comment. Brian White logging in. I love it, Brian. Carlos, put up a comment and put up a lower third. See, we left it blank, guys, because we didn't want this. You see, like, it's okay if that happens, okay? But we didn't want things running over each other. So we did that very, very specifically. Okay. So I wouldn't call it a header. It's called a background graphic or a background overlay. And it's the backmost layer on your live stream show. So there's lots that you can do with that. All right. Any other questions today? Now, guys, if you have questions about how to grow a live stream show, how to use Restream, how to get more viewers, you can ask those as well. We got a few more minutes before we have to log off for today. And I think that we've really covered this tutorial in great detail. So if you haven't already got it, then go to the website, owenvideo.com/free graphics and download these graphics today. Okay. In fact, Carlos, I'm going to come back to, you know what? Never mind. I see. This is great, guys. 30 of you have already gone through this. Okay. I have already opted in. So that's wonderful. Okay. Next question. Go ahead. Can Canva do drop shadows? That would be cool. Yes, Canva can do drop shadows. Now, Canva does not do strokes. They don't do outlines very well. And here's what you need to know about Canva. There's free Canva, and then there's paid Canva. Just about everything I showed you right now was free Canva, except when I removed the background. That was paid Canva. I pay $10 a month for Canva. So drop shadows are on Canva. Are they on the free version or the paid version? I'm not sure, but it's a text effect. So you add text and then you add an effect. In fact, let's just show it. Okay. So you add text here. Are we there? Yeah. So we add text here and then we come up here to effects. And then you've got none, shadow, lift. You got a whole bunch of options here. So I can look at how I just added that shadow. And then I've got some of the, the rules here. And I could even make this like red, right? Oh, that looks kind of cool. Look at that. That's cool. Is it that third? And somebody asked earlier about fonts. Let me tell you something, because I would use like Arial Bold, Helvetica, and that's about it. Like, unless... Yeah, there we go. Adam's exploits. Good to have you here, Adam, by the way. What are your favorite text fonts in Canva? We at my company only use our text, which is Trade, Gothic, Bold, and Light, and da-da-da-da. But Arial and Helvetica, right? I see some of you guys getting crazy with text. And here's the thing is people can't read it. Like legibility. Legibility is key. And right now, you just kind of want it to be seen. So I like Arial Bold. I like Helvetica Bold. And I think bold fonts are good. Don't get crazy on the effects. You want to ask people, can you read that from a mobile device? By the way, how many of you guys are watching from a mobile device? How many of you guys are watching from desktop. Let's just put mobile desktop. I'd love to hear from you. So I would go with only those two. Okay. Heather Michelle is saying, oh, and I'm pretty sure Canva moved transparency to the paid version. Yes, I mentioned that. That's removing the background. That's a $10 feature. Okay. But that is not something that you need in order to use these files. Okay. So let's go. I love these comments coming in. Apple TV, Penrod. That's great, dude. I watch a lot on my Apple TV. What was that last question? Okay. Dirt Road Sports saying, what about green screen for Restream Studio Live? Yes, you can use a green screen with Restream, but you are going to need a green screen software. Okay. I've got a green screen right here. It's actually more decorative. We have a plain wall over here. And I have a green screen back, like a real green screen over here with light and a whole like lighting studio. So I love green screen, but here's the thing is that it's not Comic Sans serif. Stop with that. It's so funny, man. Comic Sans reminds me of print shop banners back in the day. So, you know, with you can use it. You do need additional tools. ManyChat or ManyCam will work. OBS will work. There are tools that you can use. But it will work with Restream. In fact, this is why I love Restream, is because you can use all the other softwares with Restream. And I think that that's really powerful. Harley is saying, technically on my laptop, but functioning as a desktop. Yeah, you have like a studio, right? Larry Cozen is saying, will another stream cover how to post the chat comments on the screen like Carlos is doing? Absolutely. I would love to do that video for you. Carlos, let's put that on our production schedule. We are trying to create, we have created a production schedule for all of January and February. Okay. And we've got interviews coming. We've got Dee Niman coming on the show. We got Daniel Batal coming on the show. If you missed last week's show, it was hilarious. So much fun stuff happening. And a lot of that was due to Dee and Daniel being here and contributing to the show. They're going to be on the show. We've got Kevin Colby coming on the show to talk about the live stream studio gear that you need. We've got tutorials coming every single month. So I would love to do that tutorial coming soon. It is very easy to put comments on the screen. And I think that it's very effective as well. Okay. Any other questions, guys? You've got my time. I love to be here with you today. And I want to encourage you to go. Larry Cozen is saying, I'm going to be a repeat offender every Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern time. I love to see that you're going to be here. And guys, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. We've got a ton of content coming out on how to use Restream like a pro. I want to turn you into a live stream expert. We've got content coming up on how to use YouTube to grow a business and how to actually get sales. You know, we've got guys like Penrod Automotive, who's actually in a training group with me. He's in the video marketing school where he is a member, and we engage on a regular basis. And so I would love to see you guys here. If that's something that you want to do or you want to learn more about, then go to thevideomarketingschool.com and take a look at our programs. But we would love to hear more from you. And we're going to be back next week with a brand new video that will show you how to become an expert pro-level live streamer to where you're getting views, you're getting sales, you're getting recognized at Starbucks for any of us that walk into Starbucks these days. And we're going to be showing you how to become the live stream influencer for your specific niche, whether you're in automotive, gaming, crafting, dentistry, or Zamboni training, all of it. We're going to make you an expert. And I can't wait to see you guys again. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Owen Video, and you're watching Stream Like You Mean It, powered by Restream.io. Don't forget to go get your free trial of Restream at owenvideo.com/Restream. Guys, it's a pleasure to be here with you today, and we will see you next week on Stream Like You Mean It. Bye, guys. See you then.